So I am here in my winter slash spring garden. As you can see, the carrots are blooming. The second year to get the seeds. I'm gonna pull up all of this soon. This is garlic. It's time to pull up the winter and spring garden and plant the starts that I have for summer garden. So the squashes and tomatoes and peppers and things like that. And I'm here because what I wanted to talk about was impermanence. So, the impermanence of the garden through the seasons is a perfect example of how we also change with the seasons and need to let go of some things and not become attached in order to grow and plant new seeds and have new beginnings. I also felt it was a good spot to talk about impermanence because these gardens aren't something that I might not be around to see the fruits of for summer, or even get around to planting the starts that I started for summer. All the flowers that I planted and everything. I won't be able to see the huge fields of blooms they produce once they reseed and do that year after year, and that's okay. It's okay. I've planted a garden everywhere I've lived, and to me that is just contributing to the beauty, the use of the space, the harmonizing with nature for myself. And that's just something that I need to do. And if I leave it behind, then that's just hopefully beauty that someone else can appreciate. Let's look at plant, an annual plant. So it is in the dirt and it's dark and it's reaching for this light. It's busting out of the seed casing and it's wanting to live. It's getting nourishment. It's getting what it needs from everything inside it. That seed holds everything that will nourish that plant until it sprouts, and a little bit longer after that until it starts to need nutrients from the soil and things. Of course it needs water and it needs a sunlight to reach to, but other than that it's kind of on its own. And what each seed has available to it really depends on the plant that it came from and what that plant experienced and passed down, in code and genetic code, how to overcome certain hardships, or maybe the opposite, diseases and things, and that's very similar to how we operate, or the same. So we're a plant and we're growing, and then we're feeding off of our environment, And just in one season, this annual plant, it learns a lot of information from the wind, from its roots, from the mycelial network, from other plants, from bugs, giving it signals of weather and contaminants and things, and it's gathering up all this information and it's storing it and it's teaching it to its seeds that it produces after it's been pollinated. And then these seeds, the plant, it knows that it's time to go, it's time to release these seeds. So the plant dies off and these seeds fall to the ground, and then it starts all over. So if we look at us and impermanence, it's this spiral of learning, of the same thing, but learning a little bit more each time as we spiral through life, and we spiral through the cycles of nature and the seasons of our life. And hopefully we're learning a little bit more each time, but also it's important to recognize the impermanence of each season. We can't hold on to that seed. We can't hold on to our life and not set seed, right? Otherwise, we're just going to struggle and we're going to fight against what's natural in nature, and eventually we're going to lose. We're not going to be able to use what we learned to start the next season because we won't have set seed. Every time I plant something, I love it so much. And putting so much work and effort into something, it's so hard to leave it every time. But there's always a chance to start over. And nothing is permanent. And holding on makes it more difficult. So just appreciate and water and nurture what you have while you have it, because nothing is permanent.